Hello, hello, hello. Look at me. Look at me. I'm during the day and I'm all dolled up. So, so much different than the last couple of Decembers to remembers. But David, so yesterday, the 23rd was our 1 year anniversary. We had gotten married kind of in secret. We were having like a family Christmas and at our house. And then we surprised everybody by saying, hey, we're getting married right now. And then we got married in our living room. And so we didn't even like post about it on Facebook the day we actually got married. And, but anyway, I had left, like, we got up on the 23rd. I had gone off to the chiropractor on Monday, and then his mom texted us happy anniversary. And I was like, oh shoot. And then David was like, oh fuck, I forgot too. Both of us forgot our anniversary. But anyway, he bought me flowers. Like once his mom reminded him that it was our anniversary, he bought me flowers, but then he forgot to pick them up. So then we came into town today to come pick up the flowers, and then I was like, we might as well go shopping. And I went out shopping, to Marshall's. He's in the country store. So I figured I might as well go live right now before we get back home, and then life and baby and all that stuff. So December to remember, day 23, where I actually look like a human. I'm in this beautiful red dress. David's obsessed. He said, I want to dirty that red dress. He will not stop touching me. So ladies, get yourself a red dress if you want your husband to be all over you. But anyway, December to remember. One of the things I want to talk about is something Melanie talked about, and it was amazing. And I've talked about this before. This concept of thinking about money as a person. So if you think about, money as a person, would this person want to hang out? Ooh! I don't have my phone holder. I really need an awesome phone holder. If anyone's listening, like, I don't know. I've tried different ones. I've tried tripods. Like, I've tried things, and it just doesn't seem to work for me. But anyway, I don't, my dress is driving me crazy. Anyway, so I've talked about this idea of money as a person, and Melanie added an extra layer to it. She's like, think of money as a woman. And I'm like, okay, money as a woman. So this was, and I had talked before, I'm like, how do you talk about money? Would money want to hang out with you based on how you talk about money? Like you're never here. You always arrive late. You're never enough. As soon as you're here, you have to leave and disappear. And so we talked about that, and she added this whole other perspective of like thinking about money. She's like, think if like a dear friend, comes to the house, but they said they would arrive at 2, and they're like, 10, 15 minutes late. And they show up late, and you're like, God, you're late. Like, you said you're going to be here at 2. I've been waiting for you, but you're like, and the friend's like, oh, sorry, like, but do you let them in? Do you hang out? What's the attitude of them when you're hanging out with them? And then let's say they're like, oh, I got to leave soon. And you're like, but you just got here. You're going to leave already? Like, how would that person want to come back and hang out with you again? Probably not. Or they just get, like, ugh, every time they come out with you. What would it be different if the person showed up like, you're like, who cares that you're late? You're here. I'm so excited that you're here. This is awesome and amazing. Let's hang out, chat, do whatever it is we're doing. And then they're like, okay, well, I gotta go. Like, can't wait till you come back. It'll be such an amazing time once you come back, whatever. Like, these two energies are vastly different. One, you're irritated that they're late. You're frustrated that they're leaving early. You feeling like you just didn't get enough, versus appreciating that they're there, so happy that they're there, ready for them to come back the next time. It's completely different energies. And so this is like the way that we want to approach money. And so like, like the money, like, oh, I need the money now. I got to pay the bill now. I got the thing now. And then like the money doesn't come in, and then it's late, and then you're frustrated. You're like, it barely came in, and now I got to pay this bill, and now you're gone again. Like, versus, glad you're here. Let's go. Let me know when you're ready to come back. Like completely different energies when it comes to money. And she talked about also like the idea of like, if you're going to switch the energies of how, hi Elizabeth, if you're going to switch the energies about how you feel about money, you've got to you've got to hold the line and you've got to stick to that, whatever the new way of operating is going to be. So I'm working on this perspective myself, because I have this thing with money too, where I'm like, I need you now. You're not here. Show up. I need you. Come on. You're late. And then the money comes in and it's like, oh, I already have a bill to pay. Like, you're already gone. Like, you barely just got here. And it's like, I have that type of vibe with money, and I want to switch that vibe with money. I want to be able to be, you're here. I'm so excited. Glad to hang out. Even if we only get to hang out for a minute, I'm so glad we get to hang out. I'll keep Melanie said, I'll keep the champagne cold or something like that. I don't really drink champagne, but I'll keep the coffee warm. We'll keep the pot going. You come back whenever you're ready. I'll have cookies ready to go for you. Like, that's the energy and the vibe that I want to switch and start having with money. So this idea of thinking about money as a person and thinking about money, in the terms of like the time that it shows up and how quickly it leaves, you can have such a completely different energy if you're going like, you barely just got here and now you have to leave and it wasn't enough time versus again, I need a phone holder if anybody knows a good phone holder versus, I'm so glad you're here. I don't care that you're late. I'm going to soak up every bit of energy with you that I can. And when you leave, it's all right. I'll be ready for when you to come back. Totally different vibe, totally different energy. So I'm focusing on this shift myself, thinking about money as a person and specifically thinking about money as a woman and how the woman would feel if you're nagging about the time, being late, not enough, never there. I'd be like, I do not want to hang out with a person who's like that. Like, I will not, like, as it is right now, given my life and a mom and running my business and all the things, like, my time is very select and limited. Ooh, are you able to meet? I missed a meeting today. Okay. I'm meeting with people on the other side of the world and I'm struggling to make sure I get my time zone's correct and my meeting's correct. But anyway, so I'm working on that as well, like shifting, thinking about money in a way like, would money want to hang out with me? Am I emitting a vibe and an energy that's like, I love hanging out with you. Come hang out with me. I'm glad you're here. And when you have to leave, when I go pay a bill, I'm not frustrated. I'm not irritated that you have to go pay this bill or that you're out of my bank account or whatever. I'm glad that you were here for the time that you were here. I appreciate that you are here. I am ready for you to come back. I am ready for you to hang out with me. I am ready and willing, and, previously though, my vibe was like, never enough. You're always late. You're not on time. As soon as you get here, you have to leave. I am done with that energy because, like I said, I would not want to hang out with the person. Like, my time is very precious to me right now. And like, even just getting on my phone, like, you guys do not even know how many people are like, I'm sorry, quit messaging me. I'm not going to respond. It's not personal. I have so many like people like they'll DM or I've got work emails, I've got regular emails, I've got DMs, I've got Instagrams, I got whatever's, and it's like you're lucky if you get a response. And again, it's not personal. My mother struggles with it. Everyone struggles with it. I'm not. It's not you. It's just my time is so precious, and so I want to be able to choose, and I'm very picky with my time. So I imagine money is going to be the same way. And money would not want to hang out with a person who is like, you're never here. It's never enough. You leave too early, whatever. I would much rather hang out with a person who enjoys my time, who fills me up with energy rather than like sinking death energy, and I've gotten to a place where I make sure I don't really hang out with people who give me the sinking death energy. But when I reflect and I get honest with myself, I've had the sinking death energy when it comes to money, which I know some of you being crazy, like, that's insane. You make $100,000 a month, but that doesn't mean, making that amount of money has solved my money problems. In fact, it just rises new ones. It lets me know that there's new stuff. There's new beliefs. So we meet in 15 minutes. Yes, I am ready to meet in 15 minutes. Okay. So installing new beliefs, treating money differently, being so grateful. Like, I'm so grateful you're here. I'm so grateful for any amount of time that you are here to hang out with me. I'm so grateful for any activities that we get to do. I am looking forward to your return. I'll keep the cookies ready. I'll keep the bubbly. I don't really drink bubbly, but well, I do actually drink bubbly sparkling water. I'm so ready for you to come back when you're ready to come back. I'm so ready to hang out with you when you're ready to hang out. Don't worry about being late. Just show up when you can. It's all good. Like, that's the type of vibe I want to have with money. And I'm making that shift, and I'm really sinking that into my bones about every thought that I emit, every feeling that I have related to money is going to come back to me. So most of us emit this feeling of not enough. Like, how much are we, like, not enough. Come back, not enough. You're never enough. Like, whatever we put out is what's going to come back. So the energy that we put out about money has to be, I'm so grateful you're here. I'm so happy. Love for you to show up when you're ready to show up. I'll be ready. Let's go. Like, whatever thoughts and feelings you have about money. And how many people, like, we pay bills and we're so mad. Like, I gotta pay this bill. Like, I just got my paycheck and now all of it's gone to the rent that I have to pay. We have so many frustrating feelings about money. And think about, again, would money want to hang out with you if that's the vibe that you've got? If you've got the vibe of, like, you just got here and now I need to immediately pay rent. Like, bro, this is not enough. Would money want to hang out with you? No, money would not want to hang out with you. Be like, I'm glad you're here. We've got the rent to do. Like, I'm going to do the rent. Yes. Thank you. When you're ready to show up some more, I'll be here. And Melanie talks about, like, you're going to have to prove that you've made this shift. You're going to have to continually show up this way, like, show up, being excited and happy for when money comes in, and not being angry when money leaves, and not being upset when you have to pay a bill. Like, every energy that you put out in relation to money is going to come back to you. Every energy, every thought, every feeling in relation to money is going to come back to you. So when you're like, this is too expensive, it's not enough, you're going to receive back, too expensive, not enough, right? Like, you're literally creating your reality with your thoughts and your feelings. So my vibe is like, plenty of money. Money is here. Money is available. Money wants to hang out with me. Money wants me to use money. Like, money loves to hang out with me. These are the things, like, I've been shifting, like, moving my mindset to these as my default setting about money. And again, it's stuff I'm still working on. These are like again, the more money you make, the more levels of, like, money problems or beliefs that you have to work through will show up for you. Birds just flew down and I was like, what the heck just happened? That looked really, it was like a leaf falling, but it went really fast. And I was like, what is going on? It was a bird. So anyway, that is like, I'm being very aware and very intentional about every feeling I have in relation to money, looking at prices, am I being irritated in regards to money, or do I have, happy feelings about money? Am I, telling money that money is not enough, or I'm telling money, I'm just so glad you're here. When you're here, show up more often. And I'm ready for you to show up, and just continually put out that energy, continually put out that vibe. Show money that you're willing to show up differently for money, and then allow money to show up differently for you. Like, you set the tone, you set the vibe for how money gets to be in your world. It's not going to be the other way around. Most of us wait for money to come so that we change. But in order for the money to come, we have to change. We have to be the one. Everything that we put out in our world, every vibe that we have, every thought that we have, every feeling that we have goes out from us and then draws back to us that same feeling, that same thought, that same vibe, in the external world. And if you want things to come back to you pleasantly, if you want things, if you want money to come back to you, like, you have to put out the feelings of, like, this feels good. This is like, it feels good to buy things. It feels good to pay my bills. It feels good, to have the money and the resources available for this. But if you hate paying bills, if you hate sending out money, you're going to receive more feelings of hating sending out money. So if you feel good about sending out money, you feel good about doing these things, you get back more feelings of being able to be good with money. And again, think about money as a person, think about money as a woman. And a woman will not want to hang out with you if you're like, like, you're barely here. You're never enough. You never hang out with me. You never have enough time for me. Like, you're barely just here. You're not even paying attention to me. Like, if those are the feelings and the vibes you have around money, which I think most of us kind of hang out in that realm, money, of course, is not, it's like, no, I don't want to hang out with you. You feel yucky. It feels yucky to hang out with you. You chastise me on my timing. You chastise me on how much attention I give you. You chastise me like, I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. I don't want none of that. But if you want to hang out with me, you want to have a good time with me for whatever time I show up, for whatever amount of time I show up, if that's good enough for you, then yes, we can hang out. And the more that you hold that space, the more that you are, I'm excited. Yes, come when you can. I got things ready for you. I'm happy that you're here for as ever long as you get to be here. You know, just like fully appreciating any amount of time that you get allows you to expand the amount and the time of the money that you get, right? So you have to set the tone. You have to be the one to make that decision. You got to make the change of your vibrations. You're the one who's got to make the change of your feelings. You can't wait for money to show up before things change. You have to change in order for the money to show up. You have to put out different thoughts, different feelings, different vibrations, different frequencies in order for money to be drawn into you. If you keep casting out, you're never enough, you're never here when I need you, as soon as you get here, I have to send you out again. If those are the thoughts and the feelings that you're casting out for money, that's what you're going to catch. It's going to come back to you. But cast out, I'm so glad when you're here. You show up just at the right time. You're always here you're never late. You're just always at the right time. It's just perfect and amazing. I will hang out with you as long as you need. I've got everything ready for you. I'm so excited for when you come back. You're always welcome. You're always invited. I'm always appreciative of you. That is such a different vibe for money. Such a different vibe. And so we have to do the internal work in order to get there, which means we have to look at the fact that we hate money a lot of the times. We hate it that it's not enough. We hate it that it's not here when we need it. We hate it that we always have to pay bills. We hate it that there's things that have prices, and we're mostly emitting hate around money. And then we also hate people who have money. We hate people who have more money than us. Oh, David must be coming. I just heard the doors locking. He's coming. So anyway, switch the vibe around money. Think about money as a person. Would they want to hang out with you? Yes, I'm excited for you. This is amazing. This is awesome. This is lovely. Oh, and there's my son Forrest loading up the vehicle. So anyway, I love you all. Have an amazing day. I'm still going to be live tomorrow. I'll go live for a minute for December to remember tomorrow. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Bye.